Okay, so I asked, obviously, for documentation of all of this from Brandon. And here's what I got. First, the U-Haul contract on November 14th. This checks out what we already know. Then I got sent a photo, the last one Brandon took in the Salem store, dated 9:44 p.m., where you can see what looks like the inside of a bird cage that the Gormans had. And lastly, I was sent a photo Brandon took of the mileage in the U-Haul as he dropped it back off at the rental place on November 15th, 12:41 a.m. Now, the time gap there is about 3 hours between the last photo in Salem to dropping the U-Haul off, which is a bit of a problem for our timeline.
Yeah, it took like 4 hours.
What up?
I mean, I went till like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, I
He's in the bathroom pissing.
You moved 4 hours of Legos out of this truck. All right, so as weird as this U-Haul thing is, the timeline just doesn't fit, to be honest. If it took 4 hours to unload, you can't also drive to another city, load and unload, and drop off the U-Haul in that time. But still, even if this is true, it's pretty weird, and it's one of the most bizarre stories I've ever heard, to have a U-Haul thing back to back. One of the times you're picking up Legos, the other time you're not, you're taking a camper.
She's the only one bringing gay vibe. She's not. We're literally gayer than her.
It's okay.
Nevertheless, without more proof, we kind of have to move on to another theory of how to find these missing Lego. This time, let's take the photographs that we have and reconstruct what was in the night on November 14th. Remember, that's the moment we lost the Lego.
Yeah.
And this time, we're going to combine it with two more things. First, from corporate, I got the point of sale records from the Salem store from 2023 to 2024. And secondly, from Crystal Gorman, I got her internal records of Brian's inventory of what was sold or not in order to pay him and keep track of prices. Now, before we piece things together, I need to address something. At the beginning of this story, you saw the social post saying this collection was worth $200,000. That's what everyone knows this story as, the $200,000 Lego collection. But sadly, that post was entirely wrong. In Crystal Gorman's inventory, which has a high and low estimate value of these various Lego items, the real estimated value is about $107,000. They give high estimates and low estimates, but that's right there in the middle. And for simplicity, I'll just be using averages and estimates here, but understand that, these numbers are not firm, given that they're unsold Legos. It's just rough possibilities. But the point is, it's worth nowhere near $200,000. And Reckless Ben, the one who made the original video covering this, said that surprised him.
Yeah, this entire time, literally every single person's been telling me there were $200,000. Like, that's how much, you could sell all these sets for.
My original assessment of about $200,000 was going up to his father's house and looking in 3 different rooms with all the sets. It was before I'd actually gone through and had set numbers and done an actual
protein sticks. I know we're going to eat, but I'm so hungry.
You need to fast.
I need something to hold me over for a little bit. Chomps?
You're tempting me with food.
I mean, do you want it? Dude, your fat ass is going to be able to eat everything. Don't worry. I'm not worried about that.
Ass.
I know how you are.
I'm bringing you to a special dining experience.
When we put food in front of you, you fucking slam it no matter what.
Yes, because it's like putting black tar in front of a heroin addict. What are you doing?
I'm going to have a chomp.
Go ahead, indulge.
Would you like one?
No, I'm fine.
Would you like a Quest chip?
I have willpower.
Okay. I need protein.
Evaluation. I looked at it and went based on as things progressed and as I started to delve more into the actual inventory and evaluating it, that number changed. But we put out the press release well in advance of the event itself, so that press release went out before I had those full numbers. So we went, this is a nice even number that will grab attention and bring people into the store. So we went with that.
And still, to believe that is accurate at the high end. Like, it was one of those things where when she was looking through and going, well, it says this and it says this, like, you don't think even at the high end?
You haven't actually seen the spreadsheet.
No, I haven't.
You might want to cut that part out because he hasn't actually seen the inventory sheet.
The spreadsheet says about from between 85,000 to 120 something thousand. In the midpoint about 107 or something like that. Of what was inventory. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been a really big point of misinformation to clear up, because if we're ever going to find the missing Lego, we need to start with the right number, the right value. It's about $107,000. Now, between 2023 and 2024...
That's a big update.
Yeah.
That's a big update.
The Gormans record sales of about $24,000 of Brian's collection in their inventory tracking list. And of those sales, Brian was entitled to about 65 to 70% of it. He was paid $17,000, which roughly tracks with that. Which means on November 14th, the big night, the remaining amount of Brian's collection that should have been in there is about $82,000. Now, it doesn't take a genius to realize this is a very different number than corporate provided, who found only $2,000 to $5,000 of it linked to Brian. And later they said they only found $13,000 to $15,000 in total Lego Star Wars.
So you're talking maybe $11,000 to $15,000 total Star Wars, and that's all Star Wars inventory in the whole store.
So that's corporate side of the story, but I didn't want to take their word for it. So I went through Crystal's photos myself, which she shared with me, and hired people to go through and hand tag the Star Wars Legos that were in these photos. We looked through over 200 plus photos, multiple videos, and matched what we saw with Brian's collection. In the end, I ended up with about $21,000 of Legos matching Brian's collection that can be proven to be in the store on the night of November 14th. Now, to state the obvious, that's about 3 to 5 times what corporate estimated, at least on their press release. Now, yes, there are inherent errors in these estimates. Maybe we picked up some Lego that matched Brian's collection, but wasn't Brian's. But even though this is a bigger number than corporate said, I have to admit, even with pretty generous assumptions being made, there is still a huge gap of about $61,000 here that I just couldn't find. But then I learned Brian had made a special side deal with M&R Productions, who had recently purchased some Legos from him. And this is where it starts to get messy. So these are the pictures that M&R Productions sent me, looking at the Lego that Brian sold him. This was stuff reportedly in storage, and it's interesting because of an early inventory list, which had a column called Location that Crystal used. And it listed a lot of the Star Wars items as being located in what they called storage. Now, previously I was told that all of the stuff in storage was put back in the store, but there's a bunch that's on this list that I can't find in the store that seem to appear in these pictures. Now, I've been assured, by the way, that most of these Legos were not part of the inventory spreadsheet. They were never given to Bricks and Minifigs. This is a separate part of the collection, but I did a check, and 100% of the items that match the Brian collection inventory just so happened to be listed with a location of storage. So this starts to make things incredibly fuzzy, and I'm inclined to believe that a lot of these are part of that same inventory list. Now, if we take that value of the side deal, that's about $10,000 to $20,000 that's not actually missing. Now, it was at this point I started looking more at the point of sales records. I realized maybe we could find some of this missing Lego there too. So this is from the Salem internal store records. Like, I guess this is what is entered when someone does a sale, and it's everything from September 2023 to November 2024 of Star Wars anything. And by the way, before we continue, yes, this was all a lot of work. If you want to, please support us on Patreon. That's how this show gets made. But anyways, according to those records, about $51,000 in sales went through during this time period in a way that matched Brian Mansell's collection. Now, that really worried me because Crystal's inventory list showed only $24,000 in sales for Brian, and Brian was only paid for that amount. But suddenly, I remembered back to a time when I spoke to Crystal, and I asked how much was sold prior to the takeover. Which is something similar from what you told me, Crystal.
Yeah.
You told me, hey, it was about 50-something thousand.
Yeah.
But Brian was only paid $17,000.
Okay.
And it should have been about double that. And I'm just trying to make sense of that, given that everyone's...
Well, I'm sorry, but could you address this picture? Breaking Neff evidence for the Lego case resurfaces.
It's just...
Wait, that's
a picture from Memento.
I know where that's... Well, I don't know if it's from Memento. It kind of feels like it's the victim who is
suffering
writing,
a traumatic brain injury. Okay.
And is trying to remind himself who is trustworthy in his life and who's not.
All right. Okay.
And kind of feels like you. And this is. Wait a minute. This is the shirt you're wearing right now.
Yeah, this is a picture from this very stream, actually.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God.
I see.
How far does the rabbit hole go?
Accusing each other of theft right now. You understand?
I mean, without seeing any of those records, without seeing those individual tickets,
someone
I
stole
can't
something.
answer that any better.
Okay, this is kind of a problem. The math ain't math in here. 65 to
He's a numbers
70% of
guy.
50,000
I'm a
is almost
numbers
double
guy.
what we
I'm
believe
looking
Brian
at
was
the
paid.
number.
And digging into the details, it turns out a lot of these sales come from what Crystal's spreadsheet actually categorizes as layaways, meaning they were marked as having been sold, but layaways are when someone puts a down payment on an item and later pays it off. But the problem was there were a lot of these, worth about $20,000 in
What?
layaway. And that felt a little strange to me. And because of that, I asked Josh Johnson, the incoming owner, and he responded, quote, "They're worth 2 to 3 items on layaway when they took over." So on the list of on the inventory list, do you know about how many layaways
I
there
haven't
were?
gone through and done a count, but I know it was vastly more than 2 to 3.
It was about 98.
That makes sense.
What?
So there were about $15,000 to $25,000 worth of sets on layaway.
Okay.
That's just the part that's surprising. That's the part that I can't get my head around. I go, how could, let me just be really honest. I don't believe there was that much layaway. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. How could there be that much layaway? I don't know. It's like
Uh-oh.
It's like I don't believe because I would.
He doesn't believe the commies either now. The flip, the script. The script has been
Another
flipped.
Neff family besmirched by communists. Interesting.
I'm just saying.
Interesting. Seems to
I
be
still,
a trend.
I still trust the commies.
Seems to be a trend.
At most, they are bad at business.
Redheads footing the bill for progress. First, you took us out of all the Disney movies. Now you're blaming us for robbing Lego sets.
That's a grievance.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
I feel like that's not something that we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Okay. Yeah, cops are coming for Will. I already called him. I already called him earlier. Also, someone in the chat asked, have we played Charlie Kirk yet? We have not today because we haven't had a hype train yet. You already know how it goes. If you like the Piker Broadcasting Service, the People's Broadcasting Service, and you want to support independent media, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $6 or free with Twitch Prime, or gift subs for others who can't.
Or you can just save all of that for the stream later. On my stream, I'm going to be needing to pay attorneys for the horrible besmirchment my name is taken.
Besmirchment. You're gonna launch a defamation suit.
Yes.
Set to it, bro. Thank you for the 20 bones, by the way.
I
said, you already know. If you get to hype level, if we unlock a hype train and get to level 10, we play a different version of a Charlie Kirk.
We can just hold on to the money for later.
Or you could just use it.
Not use it
right
okay.
now.
It's okay. Well,
And support independent media. Thank you, War Damn Eagle Brudder. Coming to your conference real soon. Another Muslim socialist mayor if the Knicks win in 5. So get excited for that.
That's right.
That's definitely Caroline, right?
Oh, God.
I was talking to some people about bricks and minifigs. They go, yeah, there's some layaway. There's not that much layaway. I talked to people who were neutral, kind of on corporate side, but also people who were just normal bricks and minifigs people. They say there's not that much layaway. Help me understand why there's $20,000 worth of layaway here.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely. If you talk to other bricks and minifigs locations, layaway is extremely rare. I think outside of the
you eat your own damn
Brian's
cookies
collection.
in your own damn room.
I see how it is.
I thought you were fasting.
No, I am. I just wanted to hold one.
Oh, okay. You wanted to feel it? You want to feel the texture? We can't see. Calm down, chat. Here.
Okay, good. I'm not crazy here. So then why was there so much layaway there?
No. Absolutely not. Outside of Brian's collection, I think at the time we maybe had 2 used sets on layaway outside of his collection. Okay. It was not a common thing traditionally. I don't know
shit,
that
the
we'd
gift
ever done
subs are
layaway
still
before
rolling
the
in.
collection came in.
Is there a hype train? Why is it not doing a hype train? It's not. It's not even triggering a hype train.
We at the Will Neff broadcast do have hype trains.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not. Rewind. You missed some. You ignored every hype train yelling at chat. I didn't realize we did hype trains before.
That's so funny.
Wait,
there's a.
The hype train is broken. It's not getting off the station. Happens too often. Well, not if I didn't see it. You know? Why hasn't it triggered a hype train?
Well, I think the old McNeff stole the train.
Yeah. Bandit. This is what happens when you bring in real bandits.
McNeff family train thieves.
With Brian's collection, it was a little bit different because
let's
so
go
much
back
of
a
this
little bit.
collection were new in box.
What is this? Did the smear campaign work? What smear campaign? What is this even? What am I even
Numbers
looking
guy.
at? I'm a numbers guy. It says, oh, these are my numbers. I'm a numbers guy, and January 2026, peak viewers 67,000, and February average viewers 35,000. What is this? I don't even understand what this is. Are you saying that like the average viewership went down since January, so the smear campaign worked? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, those peaks are from bots. Those aren't real. Yeah, interest in the Iran war has diminished since then.
But what about the Legos?
But I don't know what the... Yeah, but... This shows you need to go the fuck outside? I'm confused what the chatter was trying to say.
I don't know.
They literally... Hasan, you haven't made 9 videos on Legos? Get on it. Okay, I don't know why I don't know what we're supposed to be gathering from this.
Legos.
Okay.
All in one place, reasonably priced.
Now we're rewinding.
Yeah, I mean, we're being
layaway.
Why
He said
there's
he doesn't believe
$20,000 worth of
layaway.
layaway here.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely. If you talk to other Bricks and Minifigs locations, layaway is extremely rare. I think outside of the Brian's collection, I don't.
Okay, good. I'm not crazy here. So then why was there so much layaway there?
No, absolutely not. Outside of Brian's collection, I think at the time we maybe had 2 used sets on layaway outside of his collection. Okay. It was not a common thing traditionally. I don't know that we'd ever done layaway before the collection came in. With Brian,
they are looking real guilty now.
They
are looking real guilty now.
You just want to cast doubt on
where did the smiles go?
The infallible commies. Okay.